This video has been supported by these lovely people you see before you. With the support I get from my Patreons, I can give you guys regular content and updates. It also helps me give back to you guys so I can afford to do giveaways and tutorials more often. So what are you waiting for? Go check me out on Patreon, and from just $1 a month, you can support me and the channel and get some great rewards. Enjoy the video.
Alright, next up is Handpaws. Now, it's worth noting I've already made my pattern for this. You can make your own by following the start of my previous Handpaw tutorial or downloading one online. However, for our purposes, I'll be using the pattern made by gluing foam onto a glove. Have a look at my first tutorial for a guide on that. I start by modifying my base pattern slightly, as this character has blue fingers. So I trace around my palm piece and separate the tracing into the fingers and the base of the palm. I then trace the fingers both for the tops and bottoms of the fingers and put the piece aside to shave later. I then cut the palm piece from some black beaver and the back of the hand from some longer luxury shag. I then take the blue luxury shag and begin shaving, and then break my clippers. And then break them again. And again. Until I finally cave and switch blades to finish up the job. I then cut all these pieces out and we are ready to sew. I start by sewing together the palm piece. I noted where each finger stopped and started on my base piece to make it easier. To start the paw pads, I take my vinyl and cut a piece big enough to sit my entire palm piece on. I mark the shape of the paw pads onto the back of the fur and pin to the vinyl. I apply a small amount of baby powder to the vinyl to avoid it catching in the machine and helping it sew easier. I then sew along the sketch of the pads we drew earlier. Once that's sewn, I carefully trim along the seams and remove excess vinyl. I find this method easier for vinyl paw pads as there's far less wrestling with your machine to get it through. Next, I sew all the darts closed on the fingers, then I attach them to the back of the hand using a similar technique to the palm. I reinforce a lot of these seams with zigzag stitch for durability. It's worth noting on the back of the hand, these seams will overlap a bit, so you'll have bits that kind of stick out from your base of your handpiece, but just work around that and remember how your pattern fits together. I also cut out a full whole palm piece out of Minky, one for each paw. This will be our lining. I then sew this into the back of the hand with the soft side pointed up. I hand sew this with a blanket stitch as I find I can't get the same accuracy with machine sewing for such a complex shape. Once that's done, I sew the palm and the back piece together with first sides together and working around the edge with a blanket stitch. Then repeat on the other side. Once that's done, I stuff the now created pillow inside the hands and sew it closed. My camera cut out and I unfortunately lost the last hour or so of footage, but all that's left is to create the wrist by cutting out a rectangle of fur and sewing it onto the base of the hand. You can make it as long as you like, just make sure it's wide enough for your hand to fit inside. And that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Next up we have feet paws. So I'll see you guys there. Bye bye now.